So when we're talking about the median, there's a couple of things to remember. The median is the middle score if we have an odd number of scores. The median is the average of the two middle scores if we have an even number of scores. And to find the median correctly, we need to make sure that all of our scores are ordered. They must be ordered. So let's have a look at an example. If I've got scores that were 1, 3, 6, 8 and 7, what's the median? The first thing I need to check is to make sure that my scores are ordered in ascending order. And you can see here that 8 and 7 are not in the correct order, so I've got to rewrite these correctly. So this would be 1, 3, 6, 7 and 8. Now I can go ahead and check and find the median. Now it says here it is the middle score if odd. So I've got an odd number of scores, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case my median will be 6, and that is my median in this case. However, if I had a situation where I have now got another score, and let's say my last score was 2, let's say now I've got 6 scores, and these are the scores, and I'm asked to find the median. The first thing I must do is make sure that my scores are ordered, and you can see here that they're not ordered, so I've got a 1 and then a 2, so I need to rewrite them in the correct order. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, then 6, then 7, then 8. Now I have got all of my scores arranged in an ordered format. And now I can go ahead and look at my two rules for the median. If I have an odd number of scores, it'll be the middle score. If I have an even number of scores, it'll be the average of the two middle scores. And here I've got an even number of scores, so it'll be an average of my two middle scores. And these are my two middle scores, so it'll be the average of these two scores. So the average of these two scores will be 3 plus 6 divided by 2, which means it'll be 9 over 2, which equals 4.5. So in this case, my median is equal to 4.5, the average of my two middle scores. Now in this case, it's easy when we've got 6 scores to work out what the median is. It'll clearly be the third and fourth, the two middle scores, and you find the average of those two scores. Now what about if I had 20 scores? Now with 20 scores it's an even number, so what are the two middle scores that I need to find and work the average for? Well, if it's 20, you would divide 20 by 2, and that will mean it'll be the 10th score. And just like with 6, it was the third and fourth. So if it was 20, you divide that by 2, it'll be 10th. It'll be the 10th and the one after it, which will be the 11th. So it'll be the average of the 10th and the 11th scores, and that will give you the median of 20 scores. So if you had 40 scores, for example, that's an even number, you would divide that by 2. So it'll be the 20th and 21st scores that you have to find the average of to give you the median of 40 scores. However, if it was an odd number, and in that, let's say for example we're talking 5 numbers, in this case it was simply the middle score. To find the middle score of an odd number of scores, you add 1 and divide by 2. So if you have 5, you add 1, it becomes 6. 6 divided by 2 would be 3, so it's the third score. So if you had, for example, 13 scores, you want to know what the middle one is, you add 1, it'll be 14 divided by 2, that will be the 7th score. So with an odd number of scores, you add 1, divide by 2, and that gives you the score you need to identify. Of course, the scores have to be arranged in an ordered way. Your scores have to be ordered. So with an odd number of scores, you add 1, divide by 2. With even number of scores, you simply divide by 2, and it's that score plus the 1 after it.